All right, creeping into my local Goodwill. I'm just gonna see what's in there, see if I can't find anything good to resell online. All right, so no luck in the hard goods. I'm just blazing through the clothes right now, but haven't been finding much. I'm just gonna keep a looking. All right, so I'm definitely going to be scooping this Ralph Lauren short sleeve button down shirt. It's 3XLT, and that's what makes it special. I looked it up, and there's 260 of these listed, and 225 have sold in the last 90 days, which puts it at 115% sell-through rate. So you best can believe I'm going to be scooping this guy up. It is $7, but they sell for about $22 to $28 online. Only came out with the Ralph Lauren button-up shirt, but definitely had to pay up for it. But I definitely don't mind paying up for items that have 100% or above sell-through rate. That's what you want to be into. Those things move quicker. So yeah, good with that. So been about 20 minutes since I hit the Goodwill and checked out from there, but the next thrift store right down the street doesn't open till 10 o'clock. So just went and hit a gas station, got some of that Christian crank or some of that coffee, some of them beans to get me going. And I don't mean to offend anybody with religious beliefs out there, but I love coffee. It's what keeps me going. I drink way too much of it, and so it gave me a little bit of time to fill that void and visit with one of my friends that works at the gas station. Now my next stop is the Secondhand Wolf thrift store. I believe my good friend Heather is working today. She always hooks me up. She's the contact there that I know best. However, the other people that work there are awesome. One of the things that's helped me being a smaller reseller from a smaller area in a smaller rural market is just having a background in medical work. And that background in medical work helped me to understand how to work a business a little bit better. And that might not be the case with you if you're getting into reselling, but just know any past experience in your life is leading you to the next experience, and you can take all that you've learned, all that you know, and you can make something out of that with your next endeavor. And that's exactly what I've done with my reselling business. And I'm really grateful for my medical experience because it's given me the ability to talk to people, to be friendly, to build rapport, and that's done nothing but help me get more deals. And I literally have people calling me, texting me, and letting me know when items that I might like to purchase are hitting their stores. And I'm just super grateful for that. This store is one of them. My favorite store over by my house, the church ran thrift store, as well as my friend at Tanner Thrift. All those people are always looking out for me, and I'm just grateful for that. So take all your life experiences and blend them up and make them a new cocktail of success. Area at Real Jeans, they are 40%, which brings the price down to $15. They only sell for right around upper 20s to low 30s, so I'll probably walk on them. But they also got a little bit of a stain down on the bottom of the pant leg. But be on the lookout. Ariat's always money, and the Real Jeans in that series always dug pretty hard through this store. Look through the hard goods, look through the clothing, and it is 40% off today. But man, I just can't seem to find anything worth a grab. And that happens sometimes. Simply just asking my friend Heather here at the thrift store I'm at if I could just look in the back and see what she had on her jacket rack. She let me. It is 40% off today. Super grateful for having friends, and it never hurts to ask.
Girl, she said she's coming in today to help me deal with back here.
Uh-oh. Found these hunter boots. They are $10, but with the 40% discount, they're going to be $6. They are dirty, but I've sold a couple pairs of hunter boots in the past. They were in better condition. I'm going to go ahead and take a chance. So decided to go ahead and scoop up this Lee work utility jacket. Lee is not my favorite brand, but I have made a lot of money selling canvas jackets of all kinds of brands and a lot of poor condition, fair condition, good condition, and as well really great condition. This guy was $8, and I probably would have skipped on it, but it was 40% off today, which brought the price down to like $4 and some change. And because it's Sherpa lined, because it's hooded, it's medium, which isn't a great size but not a bad size, and because I sell so much work utility, I just had confidence I can probably sell this with the winter coming up, and I definitely need more jackets to prepare for that. Well, super grateful for my friend Heather down at the Secondhand Wolf thrift store. That thrift store's always been good to me. It's a little bit smaller and I don't always buy a whole lot there, but the very last time I was in there, they were doing 50% off, and it was kind of the same story. I just couldn't find anything on the showroom floor. I asked my friend Heather if I could just peek at the jackets that had recently been dropped off by people donating. She was cool with it. She was cool with it again today, so thank you, Heather. I'm grateful for you, lady. Just grateful to be friends. So I'm working my way down the highway, heading back towards my house, but I will be stopping at yesterday and today's thrift store. That's where I do really well. That's where a lot of my good friends reside, and I just love the people that work down there. I tend to stop in there several times a week, and sometimes there's several employees that will stash back some good items for me. Super grateful for that. I haven't went in yet this week, and really I haven't been doing enough thrifting the last several weeks, and that's simple. It's just because I like to spread my coin out and I like to go for quantity this time of year. If you're someone like me that is buying in a smaller market, you probably want to try to do that. You want to buy as much as you can for as little, and yard sales and garage sales is the way to that. But unfortunately, last weekend was not very good because it was the Labor Day weekend, so I didn't source as many numbers. So today my mission objective is to try to find as many good items for as cheap as possible, which is pretty much my mission objective any day I'm out thrifting or garage selling. So hopefully I might find a couple items. If anything, there'll definitely be a couple hugs at my next stop, and I just enjoy the people down there. Nothing like having good friends. All right, so just pulled into the parking lot of the thrift store right down the road from my house, and there's my buddy's car, my partner in crime, my homie. Me and this cat, we tag team garage sales, yard sales, estate sales together. He's also been a tremendous help in my business. Phil, appreciate you, dude. All right, down here visiting my friends. I'm actually in the intake store where they just load things in. Gonna look around, visit with my good friends here, and take a peek. Well, only you and the wife could do that, my friend. So I found a couple good pairs of shoes. All right, got this pair of Topos. They're a little bit beat up, but Topos sell well for me. And then some Keen steel toe boots. Don't buy as many Keen boots anymore, but these are worthy of the grab for the price. All right, so gonna look around here. I haven't been in here since last week. Again, a little bit of a smaller men's section for clothing, but occasionally I'll find something that's worthy of the grab. And the prices are rock bottom here, and often they're doing bag sales, sometimes $3, sometimes $5, and you just really can't beat that because that brings the prices closer to what you pay at a garage sale or a yard sale. So really dig hard on those days if you can find those kind of sales. All right, so just perusing through their limited shoe aisle, and not a whole lot. I do better at this store on women's shoes, but as a whole, I just find more women's shoes. Women are more fashionable, they're more conscious about their shoes and footwear, and that's probably why I find more women's shoes. All right, so I found this Prana women's pullover half zip. It's super heavy, it's warm, it's got the Sherpa lining, and it's only $3, but it's got some wear. Prana's a pretty good Gort brand, but I'm gonna pass on it even though it's super cheap. So my friends continue to be just tremendously good to me down here at this thrift store. I picked up these Keen steel toe boots for $6. I got these Topo running shoes for $5, and then I picked up all these vintage spice tins. Some of them are worth very little and a few of them are worth $10, $12. But what I figured I'd do is I'd take several of the same brands, lot them up, maybe try to make $18, $20. I only paid $1 for all of these, and some of these again are worth $10, $15. And then lastly, I paid $1 for this tooled leather purse, and maybe I might be able to perform alchemy and turn it into maybe $20+, maybe even a little more. So yeah, not a bad day of thrifting. So just got back to my house, did a little bit of inventory. I've went ahead and written receipts up. Now I'm gonna take and transpose that to a spreadsheet, and then from there I'm gonna have to do some cleaning. I've already got the jacket in the wash, the work utility jacket, and then the 2 pairs of boots I bought are also gonna need a little bit of spit polish. But all things said, I spent $28 today. I got a handful of items, and that's probably paying up a little bit, but I did get some deals, and all of these items are gonna sell for me for a profit. The biggest gamble I took was buying the vintage spice cans, but I only paid $1 for all of them, and I'm gonna lot a handful of them up and hopefully sell them for like 20 bucks. People like old rusty gold, and I like sourcing collectible stuff like that. It's just cool, it catches the eye, and it makes me appreciate my past as well as the past. So only spent about an hour out thrifting today, and happy with what I came up with, especially because garage selling wasn't good last week. But if you're out there, be on your purpose. Make sure you're checking your solds and completed. Make sure you're checking and making sure the validity of the items you buy are in good condition, not in terrible condition. Check for buttons, check those zippers, and just check for stains. But I'm gonna go ahead and wind this one down. As always, if you like this video, please reach out there, hit like, make a comment, or subscribe.